On today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV, we're going to be celebrating the beginning of summer by making a blue cheese and beer dip appetizer board. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today we are going to be making a blue cheese and beer dip appetizer board. Now we made this weekend. We were up in our seasonal campground site in the mountains of upstate Pennsylvania, celebrating the very beginning of summer. And we had a cocktail hour with all of our friends, and I made this dip. It was a huge hit, as it always is. This is one of the easiest dips to make, and it's just always a crowd pleaser. So let's get started. I'm starting with Gorgonzola cheese. Now you can use any blue cheese you want. You can use a Danish blue, Maytag blue, whatever you can find. I would buy them in chunks and not the pre-crumbled ones because this will mix up easier. So I have here a pound of cheese. And this will make a good amount of dip that you'll need for your party. Let me This goes very quickly. Well, once you get the package open. You can do this in your food processor like I'm going to now. Or you can do this in a big mixing bowl with an immersion blender if you don't have a food processor. I've done it both ways. I find this is the easiest. We're just going to crumble this in. And this goes really faster if you leave it out to come up to room temperature. Very quickly. Okay. Next one. Now these blue cheeses is what I could find yesterday in my local market, so you can use whatever you find in yours. And again, this is a full pound of blue cheese. So these pieces are 8 ounces each. Sometimes you can't find them this big, so you'll have to get 3 or 4 small pieces. All right. Just going to put this all in, crumble it all in. Okay, now I have here a lager. You can use whatever beer you like. I wouldn't use a light beer. You want something a little stronger to match with the blue cheese flavor. We're going to start with just 6 ounces of this 12-ounce bottle. Because you don't want it to be too runny. And mix it up. Okay, let's give it a little check for consistency. It's almost there. Just about. but you want to blend it until it's really, really smooth. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's check it out. Sneak a little taste. Just right. Okay, we're just going to pour this right into our bowl. And then wrap it up with plastic wrap. I just happen to have some here. Into the fridge for 4 to 6 hours to set up. And I'm pulling out one now that I made earlier today for you. Now I'm going to tidy this up and then I'll show you how we're going to serve it. All right, we're going to serve this in a bread bowl, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. We're also going to serve it right on this cutting board with all of these lovely things to dip in. So for all you people who say, oh, I can't make a pretty platter, here's a great, easy, rustic way to do it. For the bread bowl, your bread round and a sharp knife. And you just cut a round shape like a bowl. Right in the top. And we're just going to take that out. You've already got the beginnings of a bowl. Now I like to take a little more of this out. Look how easy that is. Okay, so we've got our bowl. This part, we're just going to cut up into chunks because that makes great dipping. And you want to have them pretty good size chunks. Nothing dainty, very rustic. And they don't have to be perfectly shaped or all uniform, and that's the fun part of it. Now, yesterday when I served this, I happened to have used a pumpernickel loaf because that, again, it's what I could find. And then today we found a sourdough loaf. Whatever you find is perfectly good. Okay, we've got some crusty bread here. I have some pretzel rods, just in a little glass. We'll put them right here. Baby carrots, always fun. We're going to put them right here. And we're going to put some back here. Celery sticks. We'll put a few here. And see, it's all kind of messy piles. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then these are little tiny sweet peppers that are multiple colors. And all I've done was chop the top off, cut them in half, and scooped out the seeds. We'll just pour them right there. And now, if you wanted all this other crumb you could use, we're just going to pour our dip right into the bowl. And there you have it. How easy and how fast was that? Now, you have this gorgeous full plate of things, of various things to dip in. Let's do a quick taste. Quality control. This is great, creamy and tangy. The blue cheese and the beer balance out perfectly. That's why I used a lager, a little stronger beer than you might normally use because my blue cheese was so strong. Now, there's all kinds of options on how to serve this. You could do it, you don't have to do it in a bread bowl. You could do it in a very pretty bowl and make it fancier. You could serve this with fondue forks and have everyone dip their bread in and be a little more elegant. You could, whatever you want to dip in it. Pretzels, bread, other vegetables like cucumbers would be really good too. Or this works really, really well with hot wings because you've got your blue cheese and your beer right here. So what else would you do? That's what I'd like to know. Oh, right. So here we are with our blue cheese and beer dip appetizer board. So what else would you serve with it? We've got pretzels and peppers and celery and carrots and of course bread and a good cold beer. It's limited only to your imagination. Now, as always, guys, we're going to put the recipe up for this beautiful dip in the YouTube video description and any links to any products that we talk about. So ask us any questions and let us know what you think in the comments section. More importantly, hit that notification bell, subscribe, and like us. We want everyone to know about our show, and we don't want you to miss a single episode of Let's Celebrate TV. And check out the rest of our videos anytime at all at youtube.com/Let's Celebrate TV. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Cheers.